For all its beauty, I have a difficult time saying that Black Mask's latest post apocalyptic comic book series holds up against the increasingly vast competition of the zombie genre. Hello, comic book junkies. It's the Frog Queen here, and today I'm talking about Black Mask's comic book series, The Wilds, written by Vida Ayala, illustrated by Emily Pearson, and colored by Marissa Louise. Artist Emily Pearson has put together vibrant flowers and the grotesque to create something beautiful and disturbing, yet the typical story of a world driven mad by feral and mindless zombie humans, not only unoriginal, but cannot captivate us here. We are saturated by zombies this last 10 years. Of course, how typical is it considering the climate of North America and the rest of the world? There seems to be a key factor which modern storytellers miss in the zombie genre. The story isn't and should never be focused on the zombies, but on the actions and desperation of the survivors. It's one of those things stories like The Walking Dead did get right, despite how bored I became with the series after a number of years. Okay, mostly just bored with Negan, but you know what I mean. In the wilds, we have a few settlements struggling to survive with people called runners who go out and get people at the settlements what they need, and then others called nomads who quite obviously live out in the untamed world known as the wilds, constantly moving for survival. It's a simple premise we've seen before. These feral human abominations that plague the land are almost beautiful as their rotting bodies become fertile enough for seeds to sprout plant life. So, what's my problem with this book? It's fucking boring. Honestly, I'm almost bored talking about it right now. The characters feel a bit hollow, as we don't know enough about them to find them endearing. The two main characters have a lesbian relationship. Okay, fine. But of course, they're just these beautiful, lovely women in a lesbian relationship, and nothing much really happens other than, oh, they kind of fight and get sort of torn apart because stuff. But it's not really endearing. You still don't learn very much about the characters. There's essentially no humor in the story, so you can't genuinely find any of the characters charming. This is a story of desperate people who are controlled by other desperate people. And I think what makes this story ultimately too typical is terminology. I'm exhausted by these stories that try to make me adhere to their stupid terms for everything and everyone. The execution of the exposition in this story, like so many others, exhausts the reader by introducing too many details too fast and basically vomiting a lot of silly names and slang for the characters or that the characters use to explain other things in the story and expecting us to remember it all and hopefully start using it in our own daily lives. Lately, the attempt at creating an enriched world feels more like a futile attempt to make something become a pop culture phenomena. It is, however, nice to see a comic that includes so many people from different backgrounds and not this palette of the palest white people you've ever seen. Instead, you have a diverse cast of characters, all from different heritage, something we should hope will be more regular in the world of comics. However, things move along in the story without any sense of logic, and these two panels from issue 3 are among the most infuriating to me. What is this exactly? You think I'm crazy? I'm not giving you my gun, please? Oh, okay, here you go. Like, what the hell? What? She's just gonna hand over her gun to the enemy? Just because the person claims that they're not the enemy? This is terrible writing, I'm sorry. If that wasn't annoying enough, there's a certain amount of mouth stuff that gets to me with the artwork. Most of the artwork I actually quite like, but the constant parted lips of all the characters and this thing on their mouths, what is up with that? It feels like almost fetishy. Uh, oh, I see, that's supposed to be a scar. Right. There's a few typos here and there that actually have me a bit upset as well, and I see more and more of this in professionally published comics. Comics where words are missing from sentences. They're incomplete and they're clumsy. And I think it's normal to see this in self-published works. I do see it a lot, but when a publisher is releasing this kind of material, it makes me really wonder who they have on staff as their editors. I mean, you can look that up. I could find out who edited this book and call them out. Maybe I will do that. All right, I did it. It's Danny Lore, who I've never really seen his name much, but maybe he's new at Black Mask. I don't know. Regardless, Danny Lore has missed some fine points in this comic that make it look very unprofessional. Wow, that was really mean of me. I don't usually call people out. I feel kind of bad now. Anyway, I think that about wraps up this review. There are 3 issues currently available, and I don't really suggest picking them up unless you haven't read a single other comic with zombies in your entire life. There's nothing really groundbreaking here. The characters are essentially all the same person. But hey, if you want to listen to me not rip up a book, then check out some of my other reviews. I recently wrote an article on thefrogqueen.com about Black Mask series Come Into Me, and you might actually enjoy that series as I have. Also, if you haven't already, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm really happy that my channel is growing so much, and I can't do it without you, so thank you in advance. And until next time, read something good. Not this series, obviously.